or visit restorewellnesscenter.com. Restore Wellness Center. What do you need restored?
I'm Dick
Dick
Haefner.
WJR News is now.
Oh, W. Smith. That. You hear that?
The Paul W. Smith Show. News Talk 760 WJR.
Good Monday morning to you. It is the 20th of July, the 202nd day of 2020. There are 164 days left in the year. Make each and every day count. Each day is a gift. And this is Paul W. Smith in for Paul W. Smith. What a pleasure it is to be back. I always hate it when I'm not here. I miss everybody. Always, but especially the team assembled here nicely with Dick Haefner handling all the news duties. Dick, it's so nice to hear your voice. Nice to be back with you and have you back with us. In fact, this is a while since we've had the original team together. Dayna Clark handling traffic and weather duties and anything else that's on her mind, doing those wonderful duties. Brian Morton in the booth. Pressing all the right buttons. And, of course, our executive producer, Ann Thomas.
Good morning, Dub. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday to you. I know, Ann, you're happy to be back as well.
Yes, I am.
You guys don't know what to do with time off, do you?
I know. We're pathetic, aren't we?
No. We had plenty to do with time off, but it's nice to be back. I don't know.
Yeah,
we're lucky.
Somehow we figure it out.
Yeah.
Lucky to be doing what we're doing.
Oh, so blessed.
Right.
Because there's a lot of people that dread going to work. That's unfortunate. I don't like getting up early in the morning, but once I'm up, I'm very happy to be going to this job. That's for sure. Well, while we were gone, a couple of things. Matty Maroon died, which he was a wonderful businessman that was controversial, to say the least. But I liked him from my limited experience with him, including when he came on as a guest. And I don't know if Brian was able to. I don't know if I ever even wrote to Brian. I think I did. I wrote to Brian and Ann saying if we could find that interview, I'd love a part of it. But were we able to find it? It was a long while ago.
It was a long time ago. We'll have to check with Brian to see. I can't even remember how long ago. Maybe.
I thought it could have been 2010, 2011. It was at a time, I think Brian is answering me here. I've looked, but I can't find it, says Brian. It was when they were being very public because they were really trying to get that second crossing. Be that as it may, his son, Matthew, is a wonderful young man, wife, Nora, a lovely woman, and we send along our condolences and our thoughts and prayers for the family. And then a lion of the civil rights icon, one of the big six. In fact, I think Representative John Lewis was the last of the big six in terms of the iconic civil rights members, the people in our lifetime, basically, that did so much to try to correct the incorrectness of what happened in our country and took place for so very long. And I will say that I thought the news media has done a marvelous job on remembering him and showing us old video and the things that he went through and so many people went through to try to give all of us an idea of what things were like in these United States. And Representative Lewis did say, for people who say there's been no change, walk in my shoes. There's been a lot of change, not enough. And there's more to go, but there's been a lot of change and a lot of improvement, thank God, and more to come in terms of the civil rights and everybody having equality and getting along. It is 5:43 WJR.
This report is sponsored by the podcast Forgotten Women of Juarez. The new podcast, Forgotten Women of Juarez, investigates a series of murders that have haunted the U.S.-Mexico border for almost 30 years. To find out more, listen to Forgotten Women of Juarez, wherever you get your podcasts.
And we hope you get them right here in WJR on our podcast, social media, and the good old-fashioned 760 on the AM dial. 5:44, 16 before 6 on this Monday morning, July 20th. Let's check in with Dayna Clark, our WJR traffic and weather first. Dayna.
Paul, W Traffic First, also sponsored by the Cremation Society of Michigan. For over 32 years, the Cremation Society of Michigan has been providing dignified cremation services without the cost of traditional funerals. For cremation information, contact the Cremation Society of Michigan at 1-800-241-3131 or visit cremationmichigan.com. Slow ride along 94 westbound between 12 Mile down to 696. St. Clair Shores, construction has cleared. All lanes are open along 94 westbound between 696 and Connor. Now, WJR weather first from the Weather Channel, sponsored by Restore Wellness Center. Are you experiencing nagging body pain, tired of taking medication for relief, neck and back, arthritis, tendonitis, muscle soreness, and more? The Restore Wellness Center can help relieve or eliminate the pain completely and get you back to work. Reserve your appointment today. Call 800-935-5959 in Brighton, Shelby, and Bloomfield, or restorewellnesscenter.com.
Mostly sunny and warm for us today. Middle to upper 80s this afternoon with a light west to northwest breeze. 65 tonight. We're in and out of the clouds tomorrow. Mid 80s. Showers and storms Tuesday night and Wednesday. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ken Boone on News Talk 760 WJR.
And at 5:45, we check in with the gentleman who's putting up a gallant fight against his lung cancer. Hopefully he will be back after some more treatment, back and forth. He comes in on his good days, and we hope he has many more good days and bad days, and that's Rush Limbaugh.
In 2018, Florida voters approved a state constitutional amendment to restore convicted felons' right to vote once they complete their sentence. Now, that wording is important. The amendment allows felons to have their voting rights restored once they complete the sentence. Liberals immediately try to pull a fast one. They claim that even felons who had not satisfied the terms of their sentence were included in the new amendment. For example, if the felon had to pay fines or restitution to the victims as part of their sentence but didn't pay, liberals argued that that didn't matter. Why? Because it's racist to demand criminals pay fines or restitution. It keeps felons from voting because they are poor. So the Florida state legislature went to work. They passed a law clearly stating felons had to complete their sentence in full, including paying fines and restitution as required before their voting privileges would be restored. The liberals sued them, and last Thursday they lost. The Supreme Court ruled that Florida can compel felons to finish their sentence in full before voting privileges are restored. And the liberals are outraged as usual. They were counting on the criminal vote to put them over the top in the November elections. Felons are one of the Democrats' most important voting blocs. Hillary desperately needed them. The criminals know it, and now they're frozen out, at least in Florida. Good riddance.
Rush Limbaugh, noon to 3 today, right here on WJR.
Did you see the Delta Airlines story, Deb, about the face masks?
Oh, he's on.
He must be on mute. Did
yeah.
you see it, Dayna?
I did not.
So it says that they're going to say to passengers who don't have a face mask on, they're going to suggest to them that maybe they would like to stay home.
Okay, but not get off.
I don't know. I don't know how. I wonder. I was just thinking, like,
that's doing something.
I'm sorry. What was it about the Delta?
Did you see that Delta story that if a passenger doesn't have a face mask on or says they don't want to have one on, they're going to suggest that they stay home?
No, I keep hearing about, like, Walmart just said everyone has to. I thought all this was done. I thought everybody had to wear a mask.
Well, it
I
depends
thought that
what
was
state.
already decided and people were doing it.
No, it
Not
depends
mandatory.
on the state. Here it
And-
is in Michigan.
As far as the airlines, I thought they made that determination back when I flew on Delta. Everyone had a mask on. I didn't know that people were doing it apparently willingly. I thought they were doing it because they had to. I mean, I was going to wear a mask no matter what.
Right.
But so it's kind of strange to hear that. I did see another airline story, which was sad. British Airways, which used to be, I haven't been on them in years, but British Airways used to be a wonderful flying experience, especially on a 747-400 going to Europe. It was like I didn't want to get off the plane when we got there because it was the kind of luxury living I only dreamed about. They had almost like butlers working the rows with delivering food and drink and all of that. They just retired all of their 747-400s. They were going to do it over the next couple of years, but because of the current state of flying and because the 747-400 is not an efficient airplane, they've retired them. Very sad. Those were wonderful planes. I don't know what's going to replace them.
I was just going to say, what replaces them, I wonder?
Well, what is it? That Delta's using a lovely plane. I think it's called a Airbus 350. I'm not positive what it is. It's a lovely plane, but a 747-400 is unlike anything before and currently, from what I can tell.
You're hearing the Paul W. Smith Show. News Talk 760 WJR.
On this Monday morning, the 20th, somebody said have a rock star day. Well, it's a rocket day because it was this day in 1969, 51 years ago. So most of us remember that. Dayna, you can sit down.
I can try to pretend as long as I can.
51 years ago, astronauts Neil Armstrong, Edwin Buzz Aldrin became the first men to walk on the moon after reaching the surface in their Apollo 11 lunar module.
Wow. 51 years ago.
It was a big deal. Anybody who could was gathered around a television set and watched this and then watched that walk on the moon. And to this day, there are still people who believe it was all a setup on a Hollywood set and that it didn't really happen.
Seriously?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know how in the world they could think anyone could keep that one quiet for all this time. You know, one of the grips on the stage was, I was there. It was all set up on a stage. It would have been in the National Enquirer 100 times by now. But anyway, you know, we talked about John Lewis, God rest his soul. He gave such a touching eulogy for John Dingell when Congressman Dingell died. And it's interesting that that Representative Lewis died in John Dingell's birth month of July, July 8th, 1926. John Dingell came into this world. And in July of this year, of course, now, Congressman John Lewis passing on. There'll be lots going on in the days ahead. He'll lie in state at the Rotunda, things like that are all very good and fitting of a guy who went through an awful lot and stayed very positive. Now, I'm not going to get into any politics at all, but he always believed, like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. did, that when you protest, you don't do it by rioting and burning and looting. That's what made Selma so powerful. These mostly men, these people were walking. They were marching, if you will. I mean, but walking very peacefully to cross the bridge there at Selma. And they were just mercilessly attacked for no reason at all by the police. It gave the country and the world the opportunity to see what so many had talked about but not seen. And it changed everything within 2 or 3 years, their right to vote and all kinds of other things that are good.
Wasn't his motto to make good trouble? Wasn't his whole idea?
He always said he should stay out of trouble, but he got in trouble, but good trouble.
Good trouble.
What is it? Was the love? Is that new behind you, or has that always been there, Dayna?
It was there, but the light was a little dim, so I replaced the battery. But yes, that's what we need to do. It'd be great if they renamed that bridge, the John Lewis Bridge, instead.
That'd be a great idea,
Edmund Pettus Bridge. So that would be wonderful.
They will.
There's a nice plaque there now in honor of John Lewis, and who was the other guy that walked with him? That is well known. I can't remember, but there are two names on the plaque. Okay, but that's a good idea, and you're right, Dick. They will. It's the right thing to do.
Right.
How is Mr. Hafner anyway?
He looks great. It's great to see you,
Couldn't
Dick.
be better. Just peachy. 100%.
He's always 100%.
He is always 100%. I used to say, I'm with you not 100%, but 1,000%. And I'd always hear from math people saying, Paul, that's not possible. 100% is as high as you can go. Yes, I know. And when I say make each and every day count, I've had grammarians say, you don't really have to say each and every, just say make every day count. I said,
Well,
okay,
that's your thing. So
that's my thing.
It's
my
with
thing.
it.
It's radio.
Each and every is fine with me.
Right.
Thank you.
Yes.
So does everyone remember, other than Dayna, what they were doing when they watched Buzz Armstrong or Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong and Neil walk on the moon?
No, I was little.
Too little?
Yeah.
I remember him coming down the ladder and everything was kind of fuzzy with the sound and everything, but he said he misspoke, remember? But we've corrected it in history.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I think Brian can probably find it. That's one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind. I think he meant to say that's one small step for man, one giant. I can't remember, but do you remember what I'm talking about, Dick? You remember. It was he misspoke, but I mean, who wouldn't?
I'd have to go back and read exactly what.
Yeah,
his
I can't
explanation
remember
was.
exactly what it was, but I mean, he stepped on the moon. We didn't know what was going to happen. They didn't know what was going to happen when they left orbit. Everything that happened was all brand new and could have been catastrophic. And yet,
one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
and that's what he meant to say. He meant to say one small step for a man and one giant leap for mankind. It didn't matter. It didn't change anything. I thought it was fabulous. One small step for man.
Yeah.
Worked out just fine. What a big win for John Ram in Dublin, Ohio, the Memorial Tournament, the Jack Nicklaus Tournament. And what an honor it was for this kid. What is he, in his 20s, I think, Dick? Is he in his 20s? John Ram? He gets to walk up.
He's 25.
25. And just got married, I think in December, not too long ago. And to walk up and have Jack Nicklaus walk up to him and congratulate him, this kid was just in awe. The one thing that was very weird, and it wasn't very Jim Nantz-like, and it probably was the British guy, whoever it was with him. I don't know what that guy's name was, the other announcer. They went on and on and on. They drove the officials to penalize him 2 strokes because when he put his club down, and you could only see it in slow motion with their camera, the ball moved a little. When he because it was in grass, and he put his club down, didn't touch the ball, but he touched the grass, and the ball moved 1 dimple. And they called him on it and never stopped talking about it, so that after the tournament, they docked him 2 strokes. I thought that was Bush League. I don't know why they did that.
Did you see that Jack Nicklaus announced he has coronavirus? Jack and his wife. They had it. They don't have it now.
Oh, they don't have it now because he was out and about with everybody.
Like, what?
Hey, welcome to coronavirus.
Corona for you. Corona for you.
Here's for you. They both had it. Well, God bless them. They survived.
Man.
5:57 at WJR.
This report is sponsored by the podcast Forgotten Women of Juarez. The new podcast, Forgotten Women of Juarez, investigates a series of murders that have haunted the U.S.-Mexico border for almost 30 years. To find out more, listen to Forgotten Women of Juarez, wherever you get your podcasts.
It is almost 5:58, 2 minutes away from 6 on this Monday, July 20th. Our WJR traffic and weather. First, Miss Dayna Clark.
Traffic First sponsored by Gordon Chevrolet. Gordon Chevrolet, where you pick out the vehicle you would love to drive and receive a worksheet with 18 different purchase and lease payments for you to choose from. You do this from the comfort of their outdoor showroom and covered patio seating. Gordon Chevrolet on Ford Road, just west of Merriman in Garden City. GordonChevrolet.com. Gordon Chevrolet, find new roads. Roads are looking good, accident-free, no delays. Construction is gone in St. Clair Shores along 94 westbound between 696 and Connor. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel, sponsored by North Bloomfield Properties. If you're looking for a place to call home, let North Bloomfield Properties find the best place for you and your family. They also provide pre-screened quality tenants to their property owners. They love to match good people to good homes. Contact them today, northbloomfield.com. Little cooler today, still going to be hot though. As far as the humidity is concerned, a little bit better. Sunshine, a few clouds, a high of 87 tonight. Partly cloudy, your low 65 for Tuesday. Great day ahead. Partly cloudy, a high of 82. And then on Wednesday, hump day, we could see some scattered thunderstorms in the morning, a high of 83. Clear skies, 71 degrees. I'm Dayna Clark, WJR News with Dick Hafner in about 1 minute.
All righty then.
Okay.
Again, hello to our folks on social media: Darlene, Patrick, Ron, Dave, Joe, Jerry, Brian. Yeah, I get a lot of nice people here that are our regulars. Clay is back with us, and nice to have folks here. Golf rules are rules. So if the ball moves, Joe is telling me. So, okay, I understand it. But I'm saying that nobody would have known the ball moved, including the player, because he wasn't looking down. You know, you look at the hole when you're getting ready to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And they had to go several times in slow motion with the camera to catch that it moved a little, a dimple, as they put it. So all I was saying, Joe, was, you know, they kept doing it over and over and over again. Nobody would have known without the technology and being down low to the grass where they had their camera shot. So I just thought they made a big deal out of something that didn't change the end of the result. You know, if the tournament were riding on it, that'd be one thing, but taking away 2 points just meant he won by 3 instead of 5. So whatever. I just thought they talked a lot about it forever, on and on and on. But you're right, Joe. Golf rules are rules. And that's what has been a good thing about golf, the fact that it's self-governed, too. I mean, guys will come out of the bushes and say, I'm sorry, I hit my ball twice in there.
Right.
That doesn't happen in a lot of places.
But how about all the young guys? Isn't it interesting, these young guys winning these tournaments? You know, the names are totally different this year. You know, you don't see still some of the big names are playing, but the young guys are winning. So that's pretty interesting.
There's a mission to Mars that's going to be happening now. The UAE's Mars-bound Hope mission has successfully launched from Japan's Space Center with the Mitsubishi H-2A rocket, which also gets really good television. Okay. This getting rid of these racist names, all these sports teams and stuff, I don't think it's going to stop there. I think we're going to start looking at company names and being upset. Like, for example, really, IBM. What's it do to I? You have a BM. I think that's offensive as all get out. But no, I just see this story that at Trader Joe's, people are urging them to get rid of the racist branding at Trader Joe's. Apparently, they have a beer named Trader Jose.
Oh, really? Trader Jose.
That's thought of as racist. And then I guess Chinese food. I'm not making this up, by the way.
I know.
There's Trader Ming's. It must be like their Chinese food or something. I don't know where this is going to end. It isn't going to end. That's the thing. It isn't going to end.
Yeah,
you know what? Walmart. How dare they? How dare they give any credit or honor to the president's wall that he wants to build? So you can't call them Walmart anymore. And for those of you who call them Walmarts, Walmart. I'm at Walmart. No, you're not. You're at Walmart.
Speaking of the
Kmart.
President, did you guys watch the Chris Wallace interview?
Yes.
That was a very interesting interview.
Yes,
I thought I thought it was fascinating. I thought they both did a good job. I thought it was just one of the better interviews I've seen.
Yeah, it was a nice long one, that's for sure.
They had
And
a lot of time and they covered a lot of topics, and it was just good. It's very good.
The president, there's DTE Energy saying more than 109,000 are without power after the storms.
And we have a DTE Energy guest this morning. So
good, excellent.
At 7:48, talking about how to lower your energy costs while trying to stay cool. Because I don't know about you guys, we are really running that air.
Yeah, all day.
Our air is not working the way it's supposed to work, and I've had the guys out a couple of times. I don't know what we're going to do about that.
Do you know what we did? We added fans.
Yeah, we added a fan in the bedroom.
Yeah, so did we, to circulate it better.
Yeah.
That's probably not energy saving, though.
That means that at least Ann and I have hot bedrooms. What about you, Dayna?
Mine is hot as well.
Yours should be the hottest of the three of us. I hate to say it like that.
It is. No,
You're young.
it is pretty hot up there. No.
Who's coughing?
That's Dick.
Oh,
That's
Dick,
Dick.
you okay? Oh,
You hear a cough and you get nervous, Dick.
yeah.
Right. I'm okay.
Well,
you have to say that after
in
every
radio.
cough. I'm okay.
In radio, we have a cough button.
Well, not
in
at
the
home.
studio, in the studio, but not at home. And in the studio, when there's a guest in there, they always say, "What happens when I press this cough button?" I say, "I cough uncontrollably, so please don't press it."
That's funny. That's funny.
And I said to an engineer once, "Why do you have a cough button?" What the cough button does is it turns your mic off for a moment while you're coughing, but it's right next to an on-off switch for the microphone. And I said to an engineer several years ago, why doesn't the host just turn the mic off? Well, Paul, because most hosts will forget to turn the mic back on. I'm thinking, well, if you wear your headphones,
You'll notice.
You'll notice that you don't hear anything. So that's one thing to bear in mind. Anyway, Dick, are you with us now? I don't know if he's in
There's
a break.
still a situation here to me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anything big happen over the last week that we should know about?
We have to rely on Dayna for that.
I'm trying to think. Oh, Hamilton. Oh, that was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
My
How many
bad.
times
Is that
have you
still
watched
on?
that?
Is that Hamilton?
15. Of course it's still on. You
So it
guys
just
haven't
keeps
seen it?
running. Oh no,
Keeps
we
running.
saw it live. In fact,
I
Ann and I
know.
were together seeing it live. So
I did too.
I haven't rushed to go see it on television yet, but I will. I mean,
Oh,
I
you have-
started
do
it.
you have to pay for the Disney thing, or does it
yes.
just?
Yes. It's
much
like
is that?
$6.99 a month, but so worth it.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
it's got a lot of good
So
stuff.
you can stop it, you can pause it, you can watch it again. It's with
I'm
the
watching
original
it.
cast, so you
It's
definitely
excellent.
want to see it.
It's
You know-
spectacular.
You know what I'm going to do? I got to buy. Well, I'll tell you in a minute.
The Paul W. Smith Show. News Talk 760 WJR.
Good Monday morning to you. It is the 20th day of July, the 202nd day of 2020. There are 164 days left in the year. Make each and every day count. Each day is a gift. We've got the team together. First time in a long time we've all been together for a variety of reasons. But Dick Hafner, as you know, handling all the news, fit to broadcast and doing it the way it should be broadcast, actually as news, as unusual as that might be these days. Thank you, Richard, for that. We really appreciate it. We have Dayna Clark doing traffic weather and a piece of her mind here and there sprinkled in, along with movies, good places to eat and order food or whatever. Now you can go and have food and keep your social distancing until that's closed down again. Oh, that reminds me, we will have the governor with us at 7:18 this morning and find out what the latest is on all of that. Brian Morton pressing all the right buttons, which we certainly appreciate, risking life and limb in the studio there, the only one of us in the Golden Tower, the Fisher Building. Ann Thomas is our executive producer at home. And we've come to love those louvered blinds behind
Good morning, Deb. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. I feel like putting those at certain places in our house when there's not really a window behind them and making it look like we have far more windows than we do.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea, huh?
Good
Not
idea.
bad.
Not
Great
a bad
idea.
idea. Okay, so movies, Hamilton has come and is still there for $6
Yes.
a month on Disney, which I haven't done yet, but I will. I just haven't had a time. I keep every time I'm off or whatever, I go, I'm going to watch 5 movies.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't watched a movie, but I'll tell you what would be an inducement. And I was like obsessing about this last night. Now, Paul Glantz will be here from Imagine Theaters today in the 8 o'clock hour. And we love Paul Glantz. We love his Imagine Theaters. Now he's doing drive-ins, and drive-ins have become really huge. Like, in fact, good timing, because on the cover of Parade magazine this Sunday, it's all about drive-ins and how they're different then and now. Well, I would presume that the quality is like 1,000 times better for the drive-ins. Remember the little steel speaker that you hang on the window, and you go, oh man, it's like so tinny and so lousy. But we were thrilled because it was a huge screen, and we were outside in our own car, very comfortable. If we were kids, we were in the back with a blanket trying to stay up and watch the movie. If we were young enough, we just gave in and just fell asleep back there. But anyway, I think
What a great idea to bring that back, though.
I think Mom and Dad were kissing in the front seat. I can't
We
remember.
hope
for
so.
sure. I mean, I'm hoping they were. But here's the thing. Here's what I've been obsessing about, and it would get me to watch more movies. I need to go online and order a fabulous popcorn popper that helps you put on melted butter.
Ooh, and that goes in the
I
car?
want here at home.
At home, okay.
I want to be able to pop fabulous theater-like popcorn. And I remember a long time ago, we had one that had a little thing on the top, and you'd put the butter in the top, and then it would drip down
Yes.
while the popcorn popper is popping. I don't know why I'm obsessing about buttered popcorn with real butter, and not in excess, but I'm obsessing.
Sounds good, though.
Yeah, there's nothing
Sounds
wrong with
good.
that.
Yes. sounds
Warm,
great.
buttery popcorn. I mean, I'll watch the news with the popcorn. I mean, maybe that's what I need during the news, because otherwise the news is not so much fun to watch anymore. So popcorn, I've been obsessing about it. So what else is going on? Oh, I know something new that happened while we were a couple of us, Ann and I, were off, and that is the Ford Bronco. Came back with, I talked to Jim Hackett. He said we expected a big reveal, but this has been beyond anything. They have thousands and thousands of advance reservations.
Wow,
for
really?
the Bronco. Thousands of them. I don't know. They don't release the number. I don't know why, but that's their business. But thousands of people, I know that from a lot of people who like it. You know who loves that? Sophie loves that. So
Really?
if they're getting the teenage influencers, that's going to be helpful, because I know a lot of people who remember it from many years ago are going to want one. And even Dick has a smile on his face, almost a smile of remembrance. Did you ever have a Bronco, Dick?
I drove a family member's Bronco.
And loved it?
I love absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, the doors come off of this one, right?
And on purpose. But
That
you
might have
know,
helped
Doors
OJ.
and the roof will come off. Yes.
again, on purpose. You have to
Right.
say that these days. The doors come off and the roof on
Yeah.
purpose.
Mhm.
It looks some. You see, I'm not an off-roader. I'm not going to lie to you. You know, I never had a mountain bike. I'm lucky to have a bike. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
not an off-roader. I'm not a mountain biker. Call me boring. You're boring. I didn't mean to really call me boring, but I know for people, they love it. And even people who never really go off-road love to look like they could go off-road at any moment.
Yes.
And I've been behind those guys in some of those vehicles at a red light, and I'm nervous because I'm worried that at any moment they're going to make a hard right and go off the lawn and up the little hill there,
And
just
passion.
because they can.
Right.
Yeah.
What's the price point on the Bronco?
I don't know, but
You know?
I can guarantee it'll be very reasonable. And I mean, like well below that of a Range Rover. And somebody told me they thought of, Ford used to own Range Rover, that they thought that they had a couple of styling cues from Range Rover on this Bronco. I don't know. I didn't see it, but I didn't look at it that way. But speaking of driving, this story from I Love Consumers Report, or Consumers Reports.
Consumer Reports.
Consumer Reports. Okay. I should get the magazine that I love, the name right. Risky driving rises during pandemic. 27% of us have increased our speed. 38% have increased our phone usage while we're driving. And there's a 25% increase because of all of that, a 25% increase in hard braking.
Really?
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's unusual.
Speaking of speeding, phone usage and hard braking, we've got some information for you here in just a moment. It is 6:14.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com. Mark your calendars. Express Employment Professionals is once again hosting National Interview Day on August 6th. This special event supports hiring as businesses continue to reopen and business ramps back up. Apply online today. Visit ExpressPros.com/interview day to find a location near you.
Again, on speeding and hard braking, we've got our WJR traffic and weather. First, we've got Dayna Clark.
It's a great start, Paul W. Accident-free, no delays. Earlier construction in St. Clair Shores along 94. That is clear. So let's look at some other construction today in Berkeley, 12 Mile, both directions eastbound and west. Coolidge reduced to just one lane. That's scheduled through September. Now, WJR weather first from the Weather Channel.
Dry weather here for the start of the week. Mostly sunny skies and warm today. Temperatures running a few degrees above average. A light west to northwest breeze. Middle to upper 80s this afternoon. Mid-60s tonight. Partly sunny mid-80s for Tuesday. Chance for showers and storms Tuesday night and Wednesday. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ken Boone on News Talk 760 WJR.